What up? What up? TGIFF. We have made it to the end of the week. Welcome in here to Pregaming. And I got a banner up there. Look at this. Take the fun and excitement right out of that WNBA play. But I know that we'll get a bunch of you guys and girls rocking in here shortly. So nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. It was just between us, the early arrivers here. I appreciate you guys rocking with us. Pre-gaming, getting ready for a big night, getting ready for a big weekend. You guys know the deal. Saturdays, we're running and gunning. Saturdays live stream will start at 5:50 p.m. In the meantime, First Strike is out there for your guys' viewing pleasure. 3 fights, 4 plays for you guys to take a look at if you're trying to think about parlays and some things to get together early. By all means, go check it out. Like the content for us and comment. Let's hear your guys' favorite plays in the UFC for this weekend as well. The $100 giveaway is going to be a lot of fun. I think we'll give that away right around the entry or the start of the main card. So right before the main card, we usually get a nice little interlude between the prelims, and then they kind of dial it up. They put the videos back together for the main events, and I think that's right when we will drop the hammer and make somebody $100 richer. So it's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I'm excited about tonight's card. We had ourselves a nice card yesterday. Came in firing yesterday. I had fun with the show yesterday. I like kicking it with C-Mac, talking a little bit about some sports, talking about some, it was a great day. It was a glorious win. True story. I did parlay every single dog from the White Sox on through to close the card out, and it was glorious. So we did take that loss with the Philly and Baltimore parlay, but we hit everything else. We didn't get any ribeyes, but we did catch everything else. How about that sweaty WNBA total? I think it was 1 point shy of going over the number, and we got the under. I'm really thinking this WNBA stuff comes all about the late movement out there. What's going on with these lines? How are they showing you where they think the vulnerability is here? And the fact that we only had 1 point of movement when other lines were comfortable moving 5 or 6 points just meant we had the opportunity to get that cash, and that we did. It's a fun night. Hope you guys had a great one as well. No afternoon baseball today, just kind of sitting on our hands. I'd have bet some soccer. I had a little opportunity to bet some Iceland soccer under that cash for me. Got on some Norwegian soccer, Norway games out there as well. But we got some big games tonight for the Copa. And I'm fired up, you guys. We got tons of baseball tonight, tons of MLB. I had to pare it down. There's quite a few spots that I like. So if I don't talk about something and you guys want my opinion on a game, I will certainly share it with you. But we've got plenty of action, quite a few double dippers. I think there might be 2. I might have to recant that. There might be 2. I might have pared that down. So we'll see. But I got some plays that I even came to at the last minute here. Didn't have time to load them up. The Steam report comes through. This is the time. An hour before the big events. Important that we get this money tonight, you guys. So we have big bankrolls to play with tomorrow. And we've been just running so hot in the UFC. Invitation is the kindest form of flattery. So I appreciate seeing the duplicators out there, and I'm excited to see what we can do with Saturday. You guys know the deal. Hit that thumbs up button. Show the support. We count on you guys more than you know. We appreciate your guys' loyalty and coming in here on the regular, even though we changed venues, even though we're sitting here with sports money. But we're blowing up. You guys have seen it. We got all kinds of play of the day stuff out there. I hope you guys enjoy that stuff. Shout out to Joe T. His plays of the day have been rocking. Shout out to Jay Peasy. His plays of the day have been rocking. They're both out there for your viewing privilege and pleasure. So I hope you guys do take the time to watch those videos. Hit the thumbs up. Toss a comment out there for the fellas. Let them know you're tailing, you're fading. Let them know that you like to play. Let them know you hate to play. We all love to see the feedback. It helps us crack this algorithm, this 6 o'clock nut that we're trying to crack out there. And we need everybody's help to do it. So smash that thumbs up button. Grab the pen and paper. You guys know the deal. It's time to get out of work. Get ready for the weekend. And we got a lot of plays to share tonight, so you're going to want to write these plays down. We got the sharpest chat in the business. I stand by it. Nobody's sharper than our crew that runs over here. You guys, I appreciate everybody rocking. Make sure you throw your plays in the chat. We want to talk about what you guys are on as well. This is a community. We're all working together to slay the dragon being the bookies. We need everybody to participate, contribute. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, comment on the videos. Let us know the plays that you want to talk about. Again, I mentioned this yesterday as well. Get an opportunity in the comments. Drop a spot you want to talk about out there. So if it's a UFC fight, we're talking about all of them on Saturday anyways, but get us out there. Let us know. Let's get interactive here. Let's figure out what you guys want to hear. We'll give you breakdowns. I'll scrub the dashboard for analytics and trends that maybe can help you make a buying decision one way or the other on how you want to invest that cash. Now let's get to work, you guys. We got to make some moves. We got a quick show going on here tonight. It's Friday. We want to get to the weekend. A lot of work to do. Got to prep this UFC card. We got to get ready for this PFL events that are taking place tonight. We got to get these MLB plays in. We got to talk WNBA. There's college football or Canadian football that's out there. I don't know. I might dabble. I might tail somebody there. So let me know what you guys are on in Canadian football. Maybe I'll tail somebody out there today. I'm looking forward to getting that action. So let's see what's doing in the chat, you guys. Let's get busy here. Let's get to it. There's my guy, Stacks, Justin McKelvey, the play of the day. Here we go. Diaz over 1.5 bases for the Rays. Nice little even money spot over 1.5 bases. I'll be touching on that game. That's why I got to get moving fast here. We got to get rolling. Games are going to pop off here. Games are going to pop off, and we want to make sure you guys have time. It's funny. I said this before. Every time I rush to try to get a 620 play in, fucking thing's a loser. And then, of course, yesterday, the Phillies and Baltimore rushed to get that spot in there. It's a loser, man. Takeaway from that Boston or that Philly-Miami game. Anytime the -1.5 and the +1.5 are that close where it's a coin flip, take the +1.5. Lean to the dog. We're very much in that situation again tonight, plus them Phillies bats with Schwarber and Harper. Being down and out are certainly not good situations out there. They crumble. Them boys got bad stretching, as Jose said. Their stretch routine was flawed. They paid the price, and now we'll see what they do tonight against this Marlins team. Shout out to my guy, Joe T. There he is. Hey, Mike M. Joe T. Best bet is the Brewers. Team total over 4.5. Cubs suck, and the Brewers are the best. They're good at home. They're certainly pretty damn good at home. Deer Slayer Ski's in the house. What up, Deer Slayer Ski? He says, Mikey, what's up, everyone? One more day until we get to see Anthony Smith cry like a little bish. Delete it. I don't know. It's a big weight step up there for Delete. Short notice and taking on a fighter that's 20 pounds heavier. I don't know, Deer Slayer. It'll be fun to see, though. I'm looking forward to that fight. The even tonight's card with PFL, there looks like some good combat for this weekend. Joe T says he also likes the Twins team total over 3.5. Here's our guy, Fanatical Jim. I'm going to copy and paste what our guys got here. What did I do there? It never works out the same for me. Never works out the way it's supposed to. Here we go. He's got a bevy of picks out there. PFL 6 picks. Boy, is that Fanatical Jim. I suck with these enunciations. I did take the main event. Is that Launin? And I parlayed him with was it Jones in the first fight? Whoever the first fight was there. Parlayed those two together, get a -110. That was the only PFL action that I started with here. And we got Power Slap from Fanatical Jim. Underdog. These fucking names. I know Paige Van Zandt. I've seen her before. Seen her everywhere. Over 4 slaps parlay. It just sounds funny, Fanatical Jim. I know you're sharp at it, man. I know you're good at it. I don't even know how you begin to cap it, but shout out to you, Fanatical Jim. Thanks for putting that action in there for us. I will have to copy and paste, and never a good way to do it when you're on StreamYard to copy and paste. It means I got to go back and check it out, but I will. I certainly will. Kenny Woods in the house. What up, Mike and gang? Nicholas Handy says Paige Van Zandt has signed a Power Slap. The more you know. Hey, look, she said everybody knows Power Slap. Why wouldn't she want to be a part of it? It'd be interesting to see. It's a pretty beak to get smacked around, but to each his own if that's what she wants to do. Kenny Wood says, Mike, any plays for the Nationals, Red Sox, or Astros? I'm on action in that Nationals game, so we'll get to that here in just a moment. Nicholas Handy says, Orioles pick 3, day 3. Orioles pick 3, day 3. Nicholas Handy says, Gunner home run, Santander home run. Mountcastle home run. 3 separate straight bets for Nicholas Handy. Love to see that. And Gerald Jones says, happy weekend. Best bet. The Diamondbacks run line. Full game. Plus 130 for our guy Gerald Jones. Giving us his action out there. Vitalis in the house. Says, lost money yesterday. Bitcoin transfer from Costa Rica delayed. Mouth watering for a ribeye and my pockets out. Man, I fucking hammered yesterday. Hammered it. We started off with the 40-1. I mean, listen, you guys don't want to hear about it, but that parlay was around 250-1. 250-1. Who knew all those dogs are going to win it? That's just a bullshit dumbass thing. Just click, click, click. There was a couple bucks in there. Let me see what I can do with it. I did plenty with it. It was a good payday. John C. says, hey, Mikey, how do you feel about the over with the Guardians KC game? I like that over. I think that's the look. I do think that's the, we saw that 2-1 yesterday. Bats on the KC side are the inconsistent part. I expect the Guardians team to come back and whack tonight. I'm not covering that one directly, but that's a great question. I'm happy to give you my opinion. I like Kwan over 1.5 bases as well. He's been on fire. And why not take a Ramirez ribeye in there? Dana Dub says, sup, guys, wine time. It's good to see you, my guy. Wine time sports in the house. Checking in. The LA Angels whisperer. Winner Circle says, hey, yo. Here we go. We got some WNBA action. Gray under 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. There's Old E. He says, shout out. Says Henderson's in the leadoff. Got it done again. Let's go. Nicholas Handy said, dude's going to win MVP. There's Kelsey. Kelsey says, Mikey. Smash the likey for Mikey. Copacabana. Slap my pimp, please. JPZ, I was talking about this guy dropping the fresh take on what it takes to get this cash in the MLB tonight out west. JPZ says, what up, motherfuckers? Let's go. Trisha M says, hey, all TGIF. There's Ramon Scott. Sports money fire, he says. Ramon, I got to listen into the morning steam again. Love my guy, Ramon Scott. Perky Bumps, the Berkman has entered the building. If I can ask everyone in the family a favor, please go like and retweet to help promote the show. Salute Mikey, my man. Appreciate you, Perky Bumps, my guy. Trisha M says, that's sports money. When the Brinks truck shows up, you make them back into the garage or just pull up. I made him pull right into the fucking garage last night. I mean, we had to get the wheelbarrow out there. We had stacking it into the attic, putting it in the basement. It was everywhere last night. We were cashing. Sturt and Company says, Columbia and Brazil corners. Oldie says, Trisha M, those Marlins. Kelsey says, I try to be sharp, Mikey, but I've been dull lately. Oh, come on, Kelsey, let's go. Trisha M says, at Oldie Marlins, sending the Brinks man your way too. Soon IRS going to send you a letter. You don't want to see that. MMA guy, what up? He says, smash the like on your way in. Ain't that just a good practice? That's a good process. Just get in there and hit the thumbs up button. Smash that like. Means a lot, you guys. I know everybody says it. I mean it. It really does. We spent some time looking at these analytics here, and we want to keep growing. We want to keep giving you guys more stuff, so it does help us a ton. Watch videos all the way through, too. You know what? That's a big deal. Even if you leave it on, will you go do something else because you got done watching it? Make sure you listen to them all the way through. You know what happens? I didn't just learn this, but certainly something to think about. When you X out of a video, and say it's a minute and a half long, and you watch it for 40 seconds, that's bad news for the YouTube algorithm. And then they associate anybody that's in your demographic or that has the same taste as you. They're going to assume they don't want to see it either. And then it just stops showing up in the feeds. So it doesn't recirculate and go through that whole algorithm process. Crazy shit. I would let everybody view it on their own, but apparently for this whole AI recommendation world, that's the way it goes. Red Bearded Chick says, smash the thumb. Kelsey says, Mikey, what should I bring for Din? Oh, man. Ribeyes. Why not? Let's have some, or nice crab legs. Crab legs sound good today. Crab legs sound real good today, actually. Now that I think about it, cost is way up. We're going to need to get that money. Joseph Alvarado, my guy out there from Chi-Town, says, what is up, pimp? The Chi love you still. I appreciate that, man. Let's go. MMA guy likes the Padres. There we go. He's on the Padres. Good to see that action. Some big numbers, too. Big fade spot for the Red Sox when they come in that rested position out there. Here we go. Juggler 23. The WNBA trend says, doesn't work to fade the public in the WNBA. You are better off to be on the side of the majority. combined with taking big visiting dogs that haven't covered well for a 63% win rate. And I'm in alignment. And I'm in alignment with my guy, Juggler 23. I'm going to talk to you guys about that game. I think there's an opportunity. You look at it on the surface. Oh, they stank. They're on a long road trip, but peel the covers back. Maybe I better not say that with the WNBA, but we'll talk about that shortly. Oldie says, Trisha M, LOL. There's my guy, Sub. Says, what's up, sports money? Let's go. Subhuman Gaucho. Let's go, my guy. Oldie says, Perky Bumps, legend. Hope you're staying out of trouble. Here we go. Ramon Scott giving us some action here. I got to try Montreal tonight, laying the 3 on the road. Fajardo is looking strong and gets touchdowns here to Philpott and Julianne Grant. And their defense surely is number one. So even the Toronto 2-0, I have Montreal. I'll tell you what, you guys have told me I suck at enunciating names so much. I don't even want to try anymore. I don't even want to try. That's a bad sport I am about it. But Perky Bump says, Old EL, you know it. We'll be back in Florida next week. Ask me in 2 weeks until New Year. I'll let you know, my man. Sub says, good fights in the PFL. Here we go. We got the PFL guys coming in here now. Yeah, these fucking names. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try. Jay Stone says, holy fuck, I just scored a clone for my outdoor legal 4 plants. Let's go. Let's go. I got some things growing. We're allowed 3 in the early, 3 in the immature, and 3 in the mature stages out here per person in household. Maximum of 2 people. So playing the game. Markel says, what up? Just check it in, but let's go. Paraguay. First half money line. Markel. Vitalis says 250 to, yeah, man. That was real. I was sending some tickets around to some of the fellows. Best part is a couple of the guys I sent it to didn't even play the damn thing. I can understand why you wouldn't. Like, it was just a fuck off situation. I just went down the card and I was like, let me just throw every dog together and see what happens. And it cashed. It cashed. Don Play, I don't recall, says, yo. Jay Stone says the strain is called Cap Junkie. Fucking perfect. Let's fucking cash. Yeah, let's go. Perky says taking the Rays money line and the run line, Eflin at home, and that offense will jolt eventually. Vital says Guardians losing the lead and shutting down yesterday was devastating. Man, it was big for me. Now, C-Mac and I were, he was looking under, I was looking over. So my same game parlay didn't cash, but at least the side got there for me. Gerald Jones says wind blowing out in KC, but KC won over in 9 unders in the last 10. How about that? Nasty Nate says T celebration of life on Who Banging at 9 p.m. Absolutely. Shout out to our guy, Parlay Tease. He will be, I'll be gone, but not forgotten. He'll be in our prayers and thoughts and his family. And 9 p.m. Who Banging, 9 p.m. Eastern, Who Banging will have the Tease celebration of life. Perky Bump says that Nasty Nate, a.k.a. The Wrench. Any word on donating to his kids as mentioned? I've been offline the last week or so. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. I don't know what's going on over there in Who Banging land. Those guys, I don't seem to get much love from the Who Banging crew. I'm on their shows every Tuesday, but that's okay. It's okay. I still love them guys. They're still my boys. Kelsey says, Mikey, I'm a food run. What could I get you? You know what? I take anything but fish. I'm not a fish guy, Kelsey. It's not my thing. No. I mean, I try it every so often, but it's just not my thing. Crab cakes, I'll try it. Shellfish, I'll take shellfish, but it's not fish. I don't know. It's never been my thing. I like to see like fish fries are big around here, and seeing them, on Fridays is the big fish Friday, and I see them and I kind of like, it seems like that would probably be pretty good, but man, I just can't get down with it. I can't get down with it. I think maybe one time I had a bone. I think that's what got me, was like, I can remember biting in and there was a bone. So anyhow, that's the deal, guys. Let's get into this thing here. We got a lot of work to do. I mentioned that already. Plays are not going to wait forever, so let's get to work indeed here. Well, we got a few more minutes. First action I've got is in that Nationals and Rays game. No more rushing here for them 620 spots. Let's see what the rest of you guys have to say out there. Mike says 2 overs. Trisha M says, hey, Perky Sanderson. I will queue it up right after Moolah finishes, LOL. Careful in my state, and don't make me come bail you out. Trisha M says, Kelsey, he loves Raising Cane's chicken tenders. They're terrible. They're terrible. Gonzo says, what's up, everybody? I like Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Make sure you keep an eye on what my guy Gonzo's doing out there. He's got that formula built. He's got the models going. Subhuman says, you don't like fish. What the hell? Last camping trip that I was on there, last boys trip where we go up to Canada, and my buddy's got a big cottage up there. It's not camping. I mean, we're not roughing it. Everything's fully ready to go, even though we're in the Canadian wilderness. I did have some bass. We caught the bass in the afternoon, filleted the bass, and ate the bass. It was fresh. I mean, shit, couldn't get much more fresh than that. But Kelsey says burgers or pizza. I mean, how can you go wrong with either? Is there, I'll tell you the secret for me, if you're going to go burger, though, it's got to have a little meat hot sauce on there. Got to check that out. If you guys don't know what a garbage plate is, go check it out. You get a garbage plate up here. It's a late night food for sure. They throw some mac salad down on a plate. They put some French fries or home fries down on the plate. They top it with some cheeseburgers, and then they ladle it with some meaty hot sauce. It's fantastic. It's like ground beef with a spice and a kick. It's fantastic. It's good. Get after it type of food right there. Stern Company says crazy save for Costa Rica. Subhuman says hello evening all. You crack me up. Gerald Jones says Mikey likes ribeyes. Fuck yeah. Oh man, I bought a beautiful ribeye. Maybe I'll get to it on Sunday. Oh man, it's nice. It looks great. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Got some money to go out there and get all of it going out there. Get it all going out. Markel says pizza. Pizza's going to be one of those things where I got to say it's geographically situated. Like you guys living in Florida, I understand why you eat Raising Cane's. The pizza's fucking terrible down there. It's terrible. But up here, I mean, that New York City, that thin crust with the crispy. Kelsey says, I'd make you amazing salmon stir fry, Mikey. I would try it. I would promise you I would try it. And even if I didn't like it, Kelsey, I promise you I'd say it's good. I wouldn't want to hurt your feelings. Perky says, salmon on the grill sounds amazing. Yeah, I tried that plank thing one time. All I did is burn the plank and I try to be a grill master. I can barbecue with the best of them. I put my barbecue skills down against anybody. But I just, teach his own, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I don't get down with. No, that's pretty much it. Just fish. You know what else I don't like? Call me weird. And this came up earlier today because I was watching something on a YouTube commercial popped up. I'm not a spinach and artichoke guy. Not the spinach and artichoke dip guy. Just not. Now, if I go to a football party and I'm 3/4 lit and I got to eat something, yeah, I'm going to probably eat some of that. But I would choose that before I chose fish. Anyhow, that's what you guys get there. That's the round table with your boy Pimp Slap POD talking about. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But I do want to talk about getting some cash, you guys. We got some baseball action tonight. We got to get this thing rolling here. So let's talk about this Nationals and Tampa Bay game as we open up the docket here at 6:50 p.m. Big run on these Tampa Bay Rays. They opened up at -146. They're now -165. You got 84% of the bets and 86% of the cash on the Rays. Then we look at the total. Super low opener. Opened at 7. Then the rest of the books open. Got to 7.5. 99% of the bets, 99% of the cash on this over. I say no movement because the way I saw this number is it opened up. Like the first book to prop numbers out there was DraftKings with a 7. Then when they saw the action on the over, then the rest of the books came out there. The Pinnacles, the Bet365s, they put 7.5s out there. So that's why I always talk about the difference between that opening line and why it makes such a difference. You don't want a handicap of a handicap, just like you don't want a copy of the copy. You want the original. What was the very first number to hit the street? Because some of those other books are basing their numbers off of that first number to hit the street. Maybe they're going to standardize the line a little. Maybe they're testing to see where the market's at with it because they're trying to get that cash. So if you looked at this thing and you saw all that money's pouring in on the over and it's not moving, you're wrong. It's gone up a half a run from the original opener. But anyhow, tick for tack, right? Everybody can talk about where they use those opening numbers and how they derive those opening numbers, but it's got to be the first number, the very first number on the street. You don't want somebody else at a sharper book capping it, going, it should be 7.5 based on this movement, and then putting 7.5 out there because you're getting the false positive. Very important note. It's educational as much as anything else, right? We got Eflin on the bump for Tampa Bay with a 4.21 ERA. He's 3-5 on his season. And of course, Parker. Woo! 5-3. These Nats, 3.3 ERA. Look out. They're rolling. They're running. They're gunning. And they're starting a new series. But they are in a slump. They got swept by San Diego. Now, they did produce a lot of runs, which is interesting when you look at this total because you see they lost 7-6. They lost 9-7. They lost 8-5. Collectively, they got 18 runs in 3 games. That's 6 a game. Then they pegged this number with a 7. You look at this Tampa Bay side of things, they're heating up. Now, they did just lose that last game 5-2 to Seattle, but they won 11-3 and 4-3 before that. They're now starting their second straight home series. I was getting into this one. I was kind of digging through some of the numbers. I was looking at some of the factors about how I wanted to attack this game. And there's 2 things that came to mind for me. There's 2 spots that I eventually decided that I'm pulling the trigger on here. This Nats are on a long-ass road trip. 7-game road trip right now. They went Colorado to San Diego. Now they're going all the way. You almost couldn't get any further than having to fly all the way out to Tampa Bay. So I expect this team to be taxed. I think they're going to be a little bit tired out there. And as far as, Eflin's concerned, not my favorite. He's not my favorite crayon in the Crayola box, but I just think that this is an opportunity for Eflin, who will play better over the course of the year. He started off in a slump. All the Tampa Bay team did, but we've seen them start hitting. And I think that those cold bats are enough for Eflin to be able to show some success here in the first 5 innings. On the other side of things with Mitchell Parker, he's a guy that can go out there. I think he finds some early success. We got this Tampa Bay team, despite their bats starting to heat up, they got a 24% strikeout rate when they go out there against right-handed batters. So 1 out of every 4 times they get up to the bat, they're fucking striking out. It's not where you want to be with this spot out there. Plus we've seen Parker. He's been gunning. What's the number? 60%, 6 of his last 10 starts. He's been going over the strikeout total, including a start out at Coors Field. So definitely a situation where those balls tend to fly. And he's been good enough. And I think that good enough leads me to the first part of this play. But then I'll tell you about the second part of this play here. Tampa Bay, I got the first 5 under 4.5. It's minus 130 over there on DraftKings right now. It's gone up. Woo. That went down the wrong pipe. Swallow before you talk. Anyhow, it's gone up. There's some 4s. I'm still good with 4. I do think this is a, worst case scenario. You're looking at a push if you're trying to keep the vig down, but price shop it because I saw the 4s were sitting at like minus 120. So to be able to spend an extra 10 cents to get the hook to me made a lot of sense. But here's the other side of things. 2 things. First of all, the Nationals stink against Tampa Bay. I don't know if it's because of the scheduling spot. They're 3-8 their last 11 games against Tampa Bay. And how about the bounce back starter there? We've got the starter in a revenge spot. Low total. Revenge trying to go back out there in the favorite role right now. 54-10 would be this Tampa Bay spot with their starter. So I chose not to get involved in the first 5 on Tampa Bay because I've got the first 5 under 4.5. But I'm in on that Tampa Bay team minus 1 as well. Again, cold bats, poor success factors out there. I think we do see a lower scoring game, but I think it's probably like a 5-2. We're going to flirt right with that 7 number to get the job done. So that's how I open up the card. A little Tampa Bay minus 1 and an under 4.5 in the first 5. Kelsey says, seriously getting food. Stay on. Berkey says, maybe that's why spinach and artichoke dip have a thing together. No one gives a shit about that. So they teamed up over the years. Oh man, I was gonna tell you guys a story about artichokes, but I'm gonna save that one for a live stream. Justin McCabe says, artichoke, what the fuck? Who the hell eats that? Sounds like a part of the heart. Oh man. Yeah. It's no good. I'm okay with the spinach. Justin says spinach is ass. I'm okay with spinach. I don't mind it mixed in a nice salad, but Brock's in the house. Brock, what's up, my guys? Brock, is it Costoni? Says Chicago pizza. I can get down with Chicago pizza. There's certainly something to be said about that. I'm not a big fan of the backward style though, where don't they put the cheese and all the shit underneath it, and then it's got sauce on top? That's a little weird for me. But Justin McCovey says, I thought Popeye was the only dude who ate spinach. Oh, man, let's go. Here we go. There's Stacks giving us his play of the day. Perky says, hell yeah, Mikey, let's ride with the Rays. I thought we were going opposite. I like it. I like it, he says. Justin says, pause. Yeah. I get excited, man. I got a lot of shit to say. I got a lot of shit to say about a lot of shit. You guys are the only ones that seem to care about it. So I get excited. I get fired up about it. So let's go on game number 2 for you guys here. Let's talk about what's happening down the road, more or less, at least up the East Coast here. The Texas Rangers, the Baltimore O's, minus 154. Huge home favorites were these Baltimore Orioles. 82% of the bets and 94% of the cash slammed the O's. Totals dropped almost 40 cents. It's now minus 115. Minus 115. As far as the total goes, 8.5 is sticking at 8.5 with 95% of the bets and 92% of the cash. This is the big one. We got Mad Max Scherzer making his second start of the season. What a phenomenal debut he had coming out there. Despite dealing with the nagging issues that kept him from starting early in the season, he was running and gunning, mowed everybody down. Got himself a 1-0 start. Then on the flip side, here's regression time. Right about the week or so before the All-Star break, the week coming out of the All-Star break, we're going to start seeing some of these guys play to their numbers. And Suarez with a 2.7 ERA, 3-2 on the season, but leaked like a sieve his last start out there. And then we saw yesterday, Baltimore, they absolutely put boots to ass. They gave him the baby seal treatment, Kelsey. They clubbed him 11-2. You got to be fired up and pissed off if you are this Texas Rangers team. And, big thing about this, one team does own the other team. Now, granted, Texas probably going to have to become sellers as they get closer to the trade deadline. I don't think this is going to be the year for them, guys. They just got too much inconsistency at best. Like, by now, they started to pick the pace up a little bit last year, and then they went on that hell of a run to close the season out. But not so much this year. They're now lost 4 straight games. They got swept by the Brewers, and then they got hammered. But they are 6-2 against Baltimore. And I believe in Mad Max. I also believe, based on the time frame and what's been going on with this Baltimore team, very much like we talked about with the Nationals, started out slugging, gunning. I see you guys talking Gunnar Henderson. I like Adley Rutschman as much as the next guy. Big fan of a lot of these bats in this Baltimore team. But I don't think we can count on it today. I think we'd see Max Scherzer go out there, light the world on fire, minus 105 for the first 5. Look at the pricing, too. Minus 105 for the first 5, and then they were a big money line dog in the full game. The books think Mad Max comes out there and shuts him down. Big news, though. This plus 102 has now moved to plus 100. That was the big piece that I had to add there right before the show started, because anytime it moves against us before the show starts, I feel like I'm effed. And when it moves with us, I feel like we cash at a high rate of time. So benefit of watching pre-gaming and looking at this stuff right before the games pop off. I like this Texas team. You can only get even money right now. That's going to be a nice little spot for you as well. It's a double dip as well. So 2 double dips for me to open up the baseball card. I don't think I have any more double dips. I've got 3 more baseball plays. I'm tempted to talk about, I fucked this up. I'm tempted to talk about this next one and talk to you guys about what I was looking at there. JP says artichoke is a bomb AF, especially on the, it's bomb as fuck, especially on the grill. Might throw some on tonight. Joseph Thompson says that's Detroit style, the pizza. See, I thought Detroit style was where they build that cheese up on the outside there. So they got that like burnt crust edge for Detroit style pizza. Man, you guys are making me hungry. Justin says I need action in this game. Artichoke can't possibly be bomb. That's what I'm saying. I tried it. It's not bomb. It's a weird food. You got to eat that. You guys got me going here, man. I know some of you guys don't like to get into the Food Network, but I got to give it some consideration here. Daryl Lyles in the house. What up, Daryl? Bring us back to center here. He says he likes the no-run first inning in this Rangers-O's game. There's AOD in the house. What up, AOD, my guy? Perky says, old E, their salad dressing is top tier too. Whose salad dressing is top tier? Did I miss it? Deer Slayer says, I'd rather be dead than eat an artichoke. It's just weird. It's a weird food. It's a weird texture. Joe T says, yes, but they put their sauce on top. Okay. I think I've seen the Chicago deep dishes there, but I thought there was sauce on top. I don't know. When I lived in Philly, they used to do this thing called the tomato pie, which I wasn't a fan of that either. For anybody that's been to Philly or lives in Philly and knows what the hell I'm talking about, especially down in Westchester, Philadelphia, there was a big tomato pie spot down there. And every time I saw it, I was like, where's the cheese? Where's the cheese? Oh, man. Anyhow. Let's go. Let's talk about this next game at 7:07 p.m. The Yankees and the Blue Jays. I'm basically playing this one as a reverse line opportunity here. This line opened up at plus 108. It's now moved down to 100. 54% of the bets and 92% of the cash on the New York Yankees. Everybody's hammering these Yankees, yet the line is dropping. Then we look at this total. 8s have moved to 8.5. 95% of the bets, 93% of the cash. But now we're seeing 8s again. Here's the difference. This is what I told you guys. If you looked at, a Pinnacle book, and I don't know where Pinnacle opened this one, so I shouldn't just pick on them, but DraftKings had an 8. The market opened up with 8.5s. They saw 95% of the bets and 93% of the cash on the over. You would think, well, this line's moved up. It's now coming back. It's now coming back down to 8s. Important note as you look at these lines. We've got Kikuchi 4.0 ERA, 4-7 on the season. And Mark Stroman rolling into town with a 3.15 ERA and 7-3 on the season. Woo! I don't think this is a great Yankee spot here. You can look at some of these numbers and you can talk Yankees. And let me see if I can find the Yankees number that I had that I can share with you guys here. Where is it? I can't find it here. Let me see if it's here. Yankees play in the division. They're a road favorite, which is now slightly changing, but they're still a road favorite. They're off a game where they were a road favorite and it went over. It's after the first game of the series. So anything beyond the first game of the series, last game they were a road favorite that went over, and now they're a road favorite as well. Bad spot for the Yankees, 22-46 specifically in that spot here, this Yankees team. And for that matter, that goes with all divisions. It's not specific to the Yankees, but the Yankees being in a 22-46 spot. However, the Yankees have lost 7 of their last 8 when they're in the favorite spot if they played the previous day. Spot that I chose to attack on this one is recognizing that line move on the total. I thought this was a sharp play. These books got everybody's head in a flux here, seeing all that cash coming in, and they want to make it look like 8.5, and it's a great number. It's dropped to 8 now. Has dropped to 8. The play for me when I looked at this one really came down to a couple of things. Kikuchi, I think he has a good start out here. I do think Stroman's got the goods to go out there. We just saw that Toronto bludgeoned these guys yesterday, but the Yankees bats, I'm expecting the guys like Guerrero, Stan, the crew that the Turner, the crew that is this Toronto Blue Jays, hitting staff. I expect them to go into some sort of a lull. I think, they've been in that lull. The Yankees are broken right now. We've seen that. They're hitting below 200, whether you're a lefty or a righty. It doesn't matter. They're just not hitting anybody right now. And even if they do go out there and Stroman doesn't shove but gets hit for 3 or 4 runs, I still think the capability of the Yankees not producing keeps this game in the under arena. The second play that I was considering was actually parlaying the Toronto and under 8.5. It's plus 230. I just didn't pull the trigger on it. I was trying to keep a cleaner card tonight. Just a bit, I'm a superstitious guy. I told you guys all this. I'm a firm believer that, when I have a big night like I did last night, I don't want to go dive fully. I want to advance. I want to take advantage of the books. I'm not going to not play. I just don't want to want to stack it up too high. I'd like to continue to move the needle forward, if that makes sense to you guys. So Toronto and the under 8.5 at plus 230 might get there, but I just haven't officially pulled the trigger yet. Vitalis says Sharps are on Max's strikeout prop. I'm sure you saw the article. I did not, but I like it. I do think he goes out there and shoves. I do think we saw that last game. There's no reason to suspect it won't happen again, especially with those tired Baltimore bats. Now, anything could happen, obviously, at any given day. Perky says, Yankees lineup looks like shit. I haven't looked at it yet, Perk, man. Well, I looked at it earlier. I guess I haven't seen it since it's been reset. Let me see. Maybe if that is the case. If that is the case, I am going to pull the trigger on this plus 230. Let's just see. Let's see. There it is. Volpe, Soto, Judge, J.D. Davis, Gleyber Torres, Alex Verdugo, DJ LeMahieu, Jose Trevino. Is that Yame Jones? This fucking guy. Was he making his first start? The designated hitter? Kikuchi. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm looking at these. I'm looking at batting averages against Kikuchi. I was just analyzing that on the fly for you guys. It does look like a shit lineup. Again, you get it out of Soto and Judge, you're in the clear. I love the pitching advantage with the left-hander on the bump as well. I think that's a good situation for Toronto. And Kikuchi shutting down lefties. You know, they got Soto's the big lefty that I would be concerned with in that lineup out there. I did see the most heavily bet prop tonight, home run prop, was Aaron Judge to hit a home run. You know what? I'm going to add it. I'm adding the Toronto and under 8.5 to the card. So just bear with me, you guys, momentarily while I drop this play in. Let's do this. Let's do that. And let's do that. That's how quick it is. Toronto and the under have made the card. Let's go. Hell yeah. I'd like to get some extra action in there. I got 2 more games for you guys here for baseball plays that are official in the books for me here. Let's talk next game on the deck. Next game on the docket. Let's go to this rivalry here. Between the Cubs and these two teams, they play each other at least once a week. And here we go. We saw yesterday with this St. Louis spot there, kind of a little bit of a letdown. Minus 118, now minus 126, 76% of the bets and 57% of the cash on the Cardinals. The important thing there is the 8 cents of movement. It's correlated on the Reds. They went from an even money spot to a plus 110. And here we go again with these totals. 98% of the bets, 99% of the cash on the 8.5. This one truly has a move. This one started at 8.5. It's sitting at 8.5. We have Palante, St. Louis Cardinals, 5.24 ERA, 3-3 on the season. And then soft toss Montas out there, 4.48 ERA, 3-5 on the season for this guy. Yikes. Then we look across the board here. And the best numbers I see, we see some minus 126s, minus 129s, minus 130s. And I'll tell you exactly why I'm jumping in here with this squad. I mentioned the last game and kind of what was going on here with the St. Louis Cardinals team. I mean, getting beat up 11-4. It almost to me feels a little bit like that situation that I talked about where, we saw Texas get beat up. They're angry. Maybe the Reds fired off and dumped the truck. They got the old blow mode theory going on out there. And that's good enough for me. I was looking at this one. We got dogs off a road win. They're a dog or a small favorite in the first game of the series. So this line movement, as long as they just didn't become a minus 110 or larger, is essentially that number. Dog off a road win. Small favorite. Big opportunity. 4-26 in the spot. If they were home the previous series, they very much were against Pittsburgh. Great opportunity here in this situation. 4-26, being in that dog role coming off that home series. Big opportunity and getting beat up. Not getting bludgeoned, but losing by 2.4 runs per game on average. We got the correlated line movement. I don't like Montas. If I had to pick between the two, I would be picking Palante every day of the week, twice on Sunday, even though he's got that 5.24 ERA. I just trust in the Cardinals more. Arenado, Goldschmidt, those boys are due to heat up. And I think today's a good day where they can come out there and take advantage of the fact that they're pretty much on cruise control yesterday. And this Reds team, look, what did the Reds team do after they blew up the last game? They won 11-5 against Pittsburgh. They lost the next 2 games, 9-5, 6-1. They won 11-4 against St. Louis yesterday. I expect St. Louis to get the job done today, especially knowing that the Reds are in that 4-26 spot for me. It's going to be St. Louis. It's not even an egregious price there, minus 126. I prefer it to be a little less. but it is what it is. I think the line moving in that direction just means, hey, we're late to the party a little bit. But Coin says, smells like another under in St. Louis. I was really thinking about that too. I thought that was very much the case out there. Gerald Jones says, on the Jays, got plus 100 this morning. Like that look. Dana Delp likes the Nerfy in this Reds Cards game. Kelsey says, the Yankees are pissed they winning. I don't know. Bo Jackson, here's our Toronto aficionado. He says Springer got his 250th career home run last night. Springer was looking good. Bo's on the way to the game. Bo, I hope you enjoy yourself. Oh, the Jays are wearing the City Connects tonight. I think they got some sharp City Connect jerseys. I love that Toronto skyline incorporated in their jersey out there. Was it Miami that has the shit City Connect jerseys? Anyways, let's go. What do we got? Trisha M giving us a little Sunday soccer. Is this a little parlay? Is that Venezuela and Ecuador parlayed at plus 406? Is that what I'm seeing? Trisha M, the soccer guru, stepping to the plate. Let's go, Trisha M. Stern Company says Brewers and Mets first 5. And Trisha M says, Ed Oldie, don't forget the flags you fly this weekend. Dana Dub says, I like St. Louis run line minus 1.5 at plus 154. The margin of victory, 2.54 runs per game in that spot. So you could be on a good look there as well. Keep that juice down. Maybe even St. Louis minus 1 if you're really trying to dig shop on that thing. But I think it's within the realm of reason. I mean, remember during hockey season, we were taking some minus 140s, and that was kind of not commonplace, but that was the number we had to take to be able to go out there and get that cash. So let's roll on. Last game I've got for you guys in baseball. Then we'll talk this WNBA game, and we'll get you guys up and out of here on your way to enjoy a beautiful weekend. But you got to come back tomorrow. $100 given away. Remember, we had that big contest there, big parlay. Dave smashed his parlay out there. He got the first leg on soccer. The second leg was the main event with Bobby Knuckles. And he was just going to give away $100. No contest. Just give it away. Here's $100 to a winner that shows up for the game. It's going to be a lot of fun to get that cash as well. Tons of live money making opportunities, but somebody's going to walk away with free $100. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. 9:40 p.m., the Oakland Athletics going out to the desert to play the Snakes. The old Diamondbacks. 93% of the bets, 87% of the cash on the Diamondbacks. And the line is moving. It's gone 22 cents in the Diamondbacks direction. Man, I've been hearing a lot of you guys throwing some love out there for this Diamondbacks team, and not surprised. I get it. It makes sense. We got a total now that's climbed, though. 76% of the bets and 82% of the cash on the over 9. Started at 8.5. Slade Ciccone, 5.74 ERA, 2-6 on the season. JP Sears, 5.04 ERA, 4-7 on the year. So here's what's interesting. Again, pre-show, when this number moved at 9, it sent off all kinds of bells and whistles. Felt like I was watching the morning steam with all the sounds that were coming up behind and talking about steam report or sharp bet alert, sharp bet alert, sharp bet alert. 9 was the key number. 9 is a key number in baseball, and that was the key number that the Sharps wanted to take advantage of. So 8.5, they were buying it up to 9. 9, they started bringing that thing back down. So that is, in fact, the number that I'm taking advantage of here. We see that we do have correlation there. There's no, that half a run of movement, but now that heavy buy coming in on the under. What's it going to take to get there? It's going to take Slade Ciccone doing his fucking job for one. And I think that's the case because everybody likes this Arizona team. I totally agree. Totally get it. But JP Sears ain't no bitch. You don't fuck around and find out with JP Sears, even though he's got that 5.04 ERA. This isn't a huge travel spot from Oakland to Arizona. I think these boys settle, and I think we see a tighter scoring game in this one. I know it's hot. It's hot everywhere, though. And for me, I'm just jumping in here. I got this under 9, and it's minus 108. This is just strictly a sharp bet alert that was provided to me. And, the longer you do this, the more access to tools you get and information that you develop over time. And that's the play I have for you here. And I'm happy to share it with you guys because I want us all to get paid with this thing. So, look, that's the play for me. You look at this Diamondbacks team, against Minnesota, 5-4 win, but then they've been losing. And they've been on a losing streak. So the lesser of two evils for me here is I'm not dropping a big number. I'm not laying minus 180 for Slade Ciccone. And I really don't want to fuck around with a -1 on a late game like this to end up getting in a spot where I end up maybe taking a push because they win 4-3. No, thank you. But we look on the other side, 3 of the last 4 games for the Athletics have gone under. Why have they gone under? Because they're not scoring. They got shut out 3-0. They lost 5-1. They lost 7-5. Then they lost 5-2. Lots of unders in that stretch. And the Diamondbacks put runs up out there when they're challenged, right? Although yesterday you look at Minnesota bludgeoned them boys with that 13 spot. But if it wasn't for the 13, every time they score, the 13 was they kicked the shit out of them. But it did force the Diamondbacks in the second half of that game to keep trying to go out there and put some runs on the board. And even by the 5th inning, I think they had 4 runs on the board, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't know that Athletics are going to push them like that. I don't think they're going to test them. I think we do have a good opportunity for Slade Ciccone to get the job moving here. And then JP Sears. If I was going to pick any one of these guys out of the Oakland pen or the Oakland lineup, it would be JP Sears. I think this is a good opportunity for equal toolkits in the starting pitching lineups to go against each other and keep this game down. I think they both stand a chance to go out there and make themselves happen. Kelly V. KD announces late. My plays are Boston -2, plus 125. First half, Connecticut WNBA -5, Phoenix -10. First 5 innings, Boston money line or lead. And Vitalis says Alec Tosi is behind the plate too with the runs per game of 8.73 and a high walk rate. Both pitchers will have their trouble tonight. Vitalis. I didn't want to see that. Oh, man. And he likes the Snakes team total over. JP Sears has an xFIP of 124. Vitalis, I'm going to be thinking about you, and hopefully I'm not cursing you. Hopefully I'm thinking I got him. I don't know. That's great intel, though. I always love to hear the reports, and I talk about him in hockey. I talk about him in football. We talk about him in every sport out there. I love that you bring that element to the table. It's such a way to make our capping more robust. The more we know, the more we grow. Vitalis, appreciate you sharing that info with us. Look, you guys, last game I got on the card for you. We'll talk WNBA here. Mercury and Spark. I'll give you guys the total. Where are we at? WNBA. Let's go. The Sparks opened up at 10.5, 47% of the bets, but 83% of the cash on the Sparks. We look at the bets and we look at the cash. Typically the bets, those are going to be your parlays, your teasers, your smaller tickets, your $5 tickets. Not that anybody's getting unit shame, but just that's where the bets go. Then we look to see where's the larger amount of cash going. The sharper bettors generally are going to be betting the bigger numbers. 83% of that cash is coming in on the Sparks. This line is starting to show some 10s out there. So you got to shop around to catch this 10.5. And I get it. Look, you look at what's going on with this Sparks team and you see they're 4-13. They stink. They're terrible. They've been on this long ass road trip. But not all road trips are created equal. Now, the Sparks have lost 6 in a row. They definitely got some injuries floating on around there. Cameron Brink's just the problem. Cameron Brink not being in the game is definitely an issue. And Lexi Brown's going to be out. And I believe that's why this number is where it is. The last time you look at these two teams, you saw that with no Brittany Griner, they got smacked, this LA Sparks team did. But, on the flip side of things here, Sparks have had some time to rest. They've prepared. They'll play at the same venue twice. And what have we seen when these teams play at the same venue twice? They tend to split. We saw what happened out there with the Liberty the other day. And Liberty dropped. They actually didn't cover the spread in either of those games, if I'm not mistaken. But here we go. And then we look at who they played. Important. On top of everything else, the Liberty twice, the Sun, the Lynx, and the Storm. All on the road, all over 11 days. And those teams are kicking the shit out of everybody. Now you're going to bring this Phoenix Mercury team where they've got revenge on the mind. They're not going anywhere. They had time to prepare for this game. And the Mercury are 8-8 on the season. Let's be honest here. They're not covering spreads. They're doing a piss poor job at it and then some here. I think this is too many points for me. This is an opportunity to take advantage. The 10.5's a lot. Do I think they win the game outright? Probably not. We saw a lot of favorites cashing yesterday across the card there after that morning game. After the Dallas team goes out there and does the upset with a 10-point spread, it went favorites after that. I don't think we see the same love tonight. I do like the unders in that earlier game. It just wasn't official picks for me. I had to jump in and take them Sparks at 10.5. It's Connor Mac picks in the house. What up, C-Mac? Make it a Mac. So that to drop in, say, what's up, chat? Have a big Friday and cash big. There's my guy, C-Mac. I was giving you your flowers, my guy. Nice job with your KC under yesterday. Nice casher to get that money in your pocket. And I'm sure a bunch of people tailed as well. That's going to do it for us, you guys. That is how we're getting paid tonight. Lots of things going on for you guys here, but we're just short of 7 o'clock. And want to get you guys to get those bets in, get yourself ready, get situated, get comfortable, and go check out the tribute of life there, the celebration of life for our guy Parlay Tees. We'll miss you, homie. Appreciate everybody dropping in here. Kelly V, Connor Mac picks in the house. Kelsey rocking out there, getting me hungry, talking about some of that food. Coin, let's go, you guys. Vitalis giving us some great numbers out there. Dana Delp, Stirring Company, Gerald Jones, Top Crocodile, Bo Jackson. Respect all you guys, man. I hope you guys all have Dustin. Have a great night tonight. Deer Slayer Ski, Joe T, Old E, Daryl Lyles in the house, you guys. Big show tomorrow, 5:50 p.m. start. UFC starts at 6:15. We'll give you guys the rundown on the card. We'll talk about our top plays for the card. And then you guys know the deal there. We grind them out individually as we go through the night. And nobody does it better or makes the bookies fright like we do out there to get the job done. So excited, you guys. Big giveaway tomorrow. Make sure you go out there on X, like and retweet the comment that I sent out yesterday. I sent it out last night. It was later in the night. I retweeted it today as a reminder. Just don't want to miss out on that, you guys. Like and retweet. Subscribe to Sports Money. Subscribe to Picks from Dave. And then be in the chat tomorrow. That's it. It's not a contest. Just a giveaway. Someone's getting $100. We're probably going to have some contests as well. I know we got some $25 giveaways that we love to do for you guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, you guys, keep them bookies on the run. Get your cash. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow with the big Saturday night sports live stream. We'll have JM Hockey, Subhuman Gaucho. We'll have our guy Joe T. We'll have picks from Dave there. Connor Mack's going to drop in and hang out with us.